Hello, hello, hello. This is Carla Michelle, your host of the Strong Network podcast. I'm so happy to have another opportunity to come into your home, your car, your ear, wherever, whatever, however way you've chosen, on your television screen, I don't know what you use, through Alexa, through whatever you use. I am honored to have this time with you. I want to thank you for keep listening. I just thank you for how you keep listening. And it is just an honor and a privilege to be heard. And I want you to know that this is done with you in mind, to help to support you, to assist you in just thinking, putting some thoughts in your mind, helping you get to the next level, bringing forth things that possibly, you've been thinking about but never really thought all the way through. And today is one of those things. It's how to let go of what's no longer serving you. And you hear that term quite often now. Is it serving you? And I ask my clients the same. How is it serving you to do that? I also point out what you say yes to. That means you're saying no to something else. And then what you say no to, it also means you're saying yes to something else. So, example, if you're saying yes to taking on a third job, then you're saying no to the free time that you said you wanted. You get where I'm going? So how to let what's no longer serving you go. And when something no longer works the way you want it, or thought it should, or thought it could, it's a true sign to think about letting it go. And it's not the easiest decision. Change is not easy. When you experience change, whether it's a change that you initiate or it's initiated by circumstances, it is not the most simplest thing to work through. I get it. I know I cannot say, "Ooh, I love change. Oh my gosh." No, even though I will change my place around different things and move because I like just having a different feeling. But when it comes to changing, some big things, I have to say this. I don't really mind changing some of the things business-wise. Yeah. Personal, I'm going to say yes. But I think when it's forced on me to change, that's the one. When circumstances around me put me in a position to change, that's where I'm very uncomfortable. But yet, that's when we need to sit down and figure it out and accept, keyword, accept, and another keyword, decide. Accept it and then decide your next step. Because if change is inevitable, if change is what is required, then you need to change. So, it may not be the easiest, but once you start saying, I handle change with ease and simplicity, once you start saying that and especially when you're in front of change, I can handle you, it's going to be simple and it's going to be easy. Now, I may have to do some work, but it's simple and it's easy work. So keep that in mind as change comes your way. And you may not even know how to do it. And that's one way, is to start with something that just really speaks to what you want out of what is needed to happen. All right. So that means if you are changing your job, why are you changing it, and the outcome that you're looking for? And I will say the outcome cannot be about somebody else and what they may do because you make this change. The impact of the outcome has to be about you and how it makes you feel. Do not forget that. So you have change. You've got to make the decision, even if it's not easy. You got to let something go. You may not know how. And even with not knowing how, it can add some pressure, it can add some stress. But it's not something that you cannot do. You're bigger than change. There are many times that we make change bigger than us, but we are bigger than any change that comes into our life. We are the bigger dynamic in this thing, okay? So here are some things I believe that will support you on your next step when you feel like what you have before you or what you're dealing with no longer serves you. And some of those things that are no longer serve you can mean a position, a title at a job, a position that no longer fits your long-term goal, or a title that no longer fits your long-term goal. Many times we hear people take a job and they get there and they realize, this is not me. This is not what I wanted. But you got to remember, what was your goal? I don't know if it was a long-term goal necessarily, but in this example, what was your goal? And a lot of times we have taken jobs with our position based on the salary and not really on the fit, not really on the culture of the company. So remember those things. So a position that no longer fits your long-term goal, when it's a long-term goal, it's where are you going? If you're looking to promote up, but you take positions that are below your skill set, and they're easy to get because they're happy to have you because you have more skills than the actual position requires. Why wouldn't they give you the job? Even though, that some people will say, you're overqualified. However, nowadays they're like, well, hey, then we can increase their bandwidth. We can go beyond what the skills requirements are on this job, what do you call it? This job need. And we can, add a little bit more to their plate, but not necessarily add more money to your plate. So a position that no longer serves you can be something that you need to be considering. You may be considering right now. The relationship that has grown apart is another thing that can no longer serve you. No longer, you now are feeling regret and remorse. There could be those times when you were in a relationship and something happened and you broke up with them, or they broke up with you, and you got back together out of comfort, out of something that felt right at the time, or something that was based on history, but not on present and future. And then you get back and then you realize, gosh, this is bringing so much more remorse. This is not working. This is, just not fitting. I do have to say, if something hurtful has happened in a relationship and you get back together, there are those times where it takes a season or 2 or 3 to heal from the hurt. And you have chosen to get back into that relationship and forgetting that you're still not healed. But that doesn't mean that you cannot heal in the relationship. It just may take some time. You got to deal with feelings, attitude, hurt, resentment. But if you can get through that, then you're fine. So that's one scenario. But the other one is in a relationship that you just know does not serve you. It does not serve that other person either. But it's time, your heart and your mind is no longer in it. That can be something that no longer serves you. Another thing that can no longer serve you is a thought process that has been passed down generationally or culturally. A thought process that has been passed down culturally. Or, the women in my family, this is what we do. Or this is what we don't do. Well, what you do or what you don't do, is that serving you now? Is it messing up what you have now? My family does this with money. My family does this with communication. But if it's not serving you, it is time to let that generation thought process or that cultural thought process fade away. If it doesn't match your new mindset, if it doesn't match where you want to go, if it doesn't match what you're doing, I'm not saying shun it. I'm saying to also think about How do you need to adjust to where you are going? And the thing is amazing. You could be the trailblazer in your family or in your culture that listens to themselves instead of just following. And you could be the one that opens the door for other people. So keep that in mind. So whether it's this or I talked about or something else that maybe I've sparked in your mind, like I said, acceptance is necessary. You've got to accept that it's time to let it go. It's time. It's not working. It's not serving you. It's not giving you the feelings that you want. It's not giving you the feedback that you want. It's not giving you the fruit that you want, right? If you're going to do it, you want to eat some good stuff from what you are doing. And I mean, as an example, but that feeling of that it's right. You ever had that good food? It's like, yes, this is, I chose the greatest, excuse me, I don't know why I'm going a lot of blanks here, but I've chosen the great menu option and it really satisfied. And you know how satisfied you are when you pick something that serves you or you have a life that serves you? It's very satisfying. So you also have to remember that when you hold on to what's not serving you, you're letting your dreams diminish. You're letting the dreams, the goals, the desires that you have for your life, for your career, for your family, for you, they're diminishing when you hold on to things that are not serving you. And this is, you start feeling unsafe. You start second guessing yourself. And unsafe doesn't necessarily mean physically unsafe. It just means that you can also have mentally unsafe. That some jobs can make you feel mentally unsafe. Yes, emotionally unsafe. Relationships can do the physical, the mental, and the emotional. There's so much. You can start, like I said, start second guessing yourself. Start second guessing your value. And when that happens, you don't want that, because when you start second guessing who you are and what you can deliver, it weakens your grip on the life that you want. I don't say you lose it, but it does weaken your grip on the life that we're striving for. Now, I want to say this. There are many times in our life that we have to go in and reevaluate and reset and reevaluate what is in our lives. This is not an excuse to be like cutting people off like every, quarter, but it is something to look at what is in you and what you do and what you say and how you act and what you have in your life. Is it working? So it's so powerful to know if it's working or not. So powerful to readjust and have that confidence that what you are doing, what your hands are in, and where your feet are taking you align with where you want to be. So no more living on excuses. That's why people find it hard to let go of what doesn't serve them, because we make excuses. We make excuses. We stay in a job. We stay in a relationship. We stay because we want to, maybe one day they'll see me. Maybe one day they'll see me. Maybe one day they'll see me and they'll see my value. They'll see my worth. They'll see me. And you're just focusing on the little things that are good, but the majority of what you have is not that good. And you're hanging on. You tell yourself, I can hang on. I can do this. I can do this for another year. I can do this for another 5 years. I can do this until this. I can do this till my kids are grown. I can do this until I can do this until is. Now another red flag you got to know when it's time to let go is when you have changed for the worst. For the worse. You've changed. That's definitely a red flag. of understanding that it's time for you to let go of what's not serving you. Your priorities, your values have changed. You're no longer comfortable with being you. Sometimes male and female gain weight. People gain weight because of the changing for the worse. You're eating your emotions. You're drinking your feelings. You're not sleeping. You're watching stuff that doesn't help you. It's just you've changed. What happened to that person that cared about who they were and who they hung around and what they did? What took you away? What pulled you away? What caused you to start overeating? COVID and that lock-in did a lot to us, and many of us used comfort food for that time. But now things have changed. Are you still using the food and the alcohol as the blanket during your stressful times? Are you closing yourself away? Are you hiding away? Are you not sharing your emotions? Are you not seeking help? Are you not getting support? Have you shunned your friends? Have you shied away from family? And not because your family is bad or your friends are bad, it's because you have changed. Are those changes those new habits, are they serving you? Are you no longer convicted by what you believe in? Or you're forfeiting your needs for something else? Or you're forfeiting your needs on your job? Are you forfeiting your needs as a leader? Are you forfeiting your needs as a business owner? Have you changed? And is that change a good change or a bad change or a not so good change? But you can fix it, and it can be fixed. Is your energy drained? This is how you know it's no longer serving you. Is your energy drained? Each day is more difficult than the last. You're having problems recharging and resetting. You're sleeping. Every free moment that you have, you're sleeping or watching TV or watching a movie or movies. You're sleeping your day away or your night away or your weekend away because you don't have that drive anymore. There's something, the TV or the whatever is no longer serving you the way that you used to have control. You know, I am one. If there's something going on in me, I love going to the movies. And it kind of is my escape, or I like reading a book, not just a help book, something that's teaching me something, but I like to just read a book, fictional book. And that is my escape. But I also have to know that is escape for the moment, because what is not serving me is still going to be there once I close that last page or close the back of the book. I know that that's still facing me. So it is important that you see yourself and understand that what changes are being made. Where's your energy going? What's your excuses now for not doing what you need to do or not having what you wanted to have? What are your excuses? Is it too hard? It's too difficult? I didn't know it was going to be this hard. I didn't know this much was going to come up against me when I set myself out to do this. I didn't know that people wouldn't support me like I thought. I thought they would see me and that they would see my gifts and my talents and my skills, and they would just want me. But no one's emailing me. My phone is not ringing. Why isn't anybody want to date me? You know, why? Instead of, what is it that's no longer serving me? And then make the adjustment. Even when dating, I don't know, should I go here? Even with dating, you know, I hear it a lot. I hear it quite often. You know, there's no one to date. There's no one to date. Okay, well, there's a lot of people in the world. I would have to ask, you know, do you get out of your house? When someone even asks you to hang out, do you go? And I don't even just mean somebody that you're interested in. I mean, period. Does someone want to just hang out? Go. like a good person's asking you, you're kind of like, no, I was going to sleep in, I was going to stay in. I don't want to intrude. You're not intruding if they ask you. You're not intruding. So if you're not dating, and that's not serving you, not dating, especially if you want to, what is it? Now, I'm not saying go out there and, and whatever the opposite could be to the utmost. But what is it that you could do? What is it that you could change? What is it that you can experience that is beyond just the dating, but getting you out, getting you in environments that are fun, going places that you love? You never know who you will meet. You never know who will start up a conversation, who may know someone who would be good for you to meet. You don't know. I mean, yes, there is online, and I've heard a lot of people meet people online, but they definitely have to go through a lot before they get to that person. But that's if you're going to do it. Don't make excuses and quit. Keep going through it. And don't expect everyone that you have a conversation with is going to be the one. You're learning yourself. You're learning them. You're getting to know them. Give it time. You don't have to rush. And sometimes there's personalities that like to rush. You know what's rushing you? Fear. Fear that it's not going to work out. Fear that they're not going to really like you. Don't let fear rule you. Fear is not serving you. Desperation is not serving you. Confidence serves you. Confidence serves you. Confident that there is someone, many people, not just one, many people that you could vibe with and have a great time with. Many people. It's not just one. So I went there. And if I always say this, I don't always say this, but I like to ask this. What is the most pressing thought? What is your most pressing thought right now? I mean, it is, you go to sleep, you're thinking about it, you wake up, and even during the night, you're thinking about it. What is your most pressing thought? And at times, your most pressing thought is either telling you something's not serving you and you need to make a decision. You need to make a decision. You need to accept where you are in life. You need to accept this is the cards that you've been handed, even though you don't like them. But it's up to you to make the decision. It's up to you to move forward. It's up to you to have the plan. It's up to you to make a decision. If it is not serving you, why are you carrying it around? Why are you spending time with it? Why is it the most pressing thought? Why are you putting so much energy into what is not serving you? So let it go. Yeah, I made it sound so easy. I know. Trust me. Start the process. Is that better? Start the process. Be kind to yourself. Be understanding. Know that it's not going to just possibly be smooth. There'll be some bumps in the sense of, because it's comfortable. Sometimes the things that don't serve us are very comfortable. It is something that we've gotten very comfortable with. But you can get comfortable with something new. You can get comfortable with something new that serves you. Is your attitude serving you? But that's how I am. That's how I am. And well, are you really like that? Or is it that's who you become and you've got so accustomed to being? But is that really you? What has made you that way? Like I said, it could be generations. It could be your culture. It could be your pain. It could be your fear. It could be your lack of value, of self-value, that has made you the way that you know that you need to let go. Well, think about it. You have any questions? I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out. I'm at hello@drcarlainc.com. That really, I see those, so you're safe. hello@drcarlainc.com. And let's see, tell me, what do you need to let go of? What's no longer serving you? And what is your action plan to let it go? No more excuses. No more. You know you don't like the way you feel. So let's let it go. I also want to invite you as all, if you're looking for a coach, I am here. You can also email me at that same email, hello at Dr. Carla Inc., or DM me on Instagram at MS Carla Michelle, Miss Carla Michelle. And I would love to talk to you. I'm on LinkedIn as well, Carla Michelle, Executive Coach. You can, that'll come up. I'm so proud of you for your continually listening. I know that at times, people, we need something to encourage us and to instill something in us. And I hope that you found that in the Strong Network podcast. And I wish you the best. I wish you much success. Please reach out with anything that you need. I would love to support you. And if I am not the coach for you, I have other coaches that I can refer you to, that I work with. And once again, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for listening. And don't forget Bold and Beautiful. If you're listening to this, Bold and Beautiful, July 15th through the 17th. And there is a couple of spots left. And that is visit drcarlainc.com. That's drcarlainc.com. And scroll down. And you will see the boot camp that is on April 24th. Hey, there's still time. I'm recording this a couple of days before. And July 15th, you will see Bold and Beautiful. And it's a beautiful getaway in Temecula, California. And it is all inclusive with your stay and meals and the events that we have going on. If you're out of the state, you will travel is on you, but hey, it's worth it. You'll love it. Go to the website. You'll see the pictures of the beautiful home that we'll be utilizing. And it is so quaint. Well, quaint and kind of big, but it's got a pool, jacuzzi, and we look over the mountains and the vineyards, and the sunsets are beautiful. So I'm really excited to have this wellness, bold and beautiful time and work on who you are as being bold and beautiful. And men, if you're listening, sponsor a woman to come. Oh, what a great Mother's Day gift that would be. I will talk to you soon. This is Carla Michelle. I hope I'm your favorite coach and consultant, and I will talk to you soon. All right, take care.